Hi Geminis, welcome to your monthly reading. This is for the month of October 2019. Welcome. You know what, I didn't get to you guys last, I almost said last semester. I mean to say last month in September. However, I decided to start closer to your end so that I can get you in. Yours is the third video for the month of October. Before I begin, I just want to let you guys know that I now do daily readings and weekly readings. However, I do them as posts. So if you ever want to check that out, you can check out the community tab on my channel. All right. Oh, and if you want a personal reading or if you want to donate, please feel free to check the box below. Let's jump in. Yay! All right, so Gemini, what I'm seeing for you in the month of October is, well, I actually don't know. I haven't checked yet. But what I'm seeing up there from a higher perspective is that you may have either gone through or you will be going through an initiation of some sort. So here it's called initiation by water, right? I feel that and I'll show you. I feel like this initiation is going to be all-encompassing, as an initiation usually is. I think that there will be some lessons learned for you. What I'm seeing is mirroring in this card, actually. I'm feeling that your initiation is going to, and initiation basically means it's almost like something that happens to bring you to a higher level in consciousness, in energetic capacity, whatever you'd like to say. See how we have this mirroring right there? And we can also see it in this third card. Let me go ahead and grab that since I'm here. Look at all this wing action. Yeah. So I'm seeing that for you, if this hasn't happened already, then it will happen in the month of October. I'm seeing that you're going to have an initiation. And this initiation is going to come in the form of a past life activation. I'm seeing 8 here, the number 8. So what that means is there's going to be something that you're going to have to walk away from. There's something that's going to happen. I'm seeing this past life has to do with something the word interdimensional comes to mind, but intergalactic, so could be lifetime on another planet or just something to that effect. But I'm seeing this may have to do with a love relationship in this connection or some kind of romantic connection. It's funny because I'm seeing these two birds, but I'm also seeing something here coming from inside of this doorway. I've never seen that before. Can you see that? It's literally like, it literally is, yeah, there it is, like a little black dot, and that must have been like a printing error or something. But either way, it has literally just come to my attention. I'm seeing that this love connection, there's going to be a love connection that you have that's, you know, not going to go well or whatnot, but I'm seeing that it's going to be a precursor to this leveling up, if you will. There's something coming for you. So in the month of October, you may find yourself in this energy where you're dealing with this love connection that, you know, you may have to walk away from, or whatever that is that you have to walk away from, or it may be heralding this situation that's coming up here in it through this portal. But either way, you will be opening up a connection to the past and going through something that is designed to bring you to a higher level. That's what this past life, that is what this initiation is going to look like. In fact, look, as I have these two cards together, it looks like it's being continued here. I see the mountain ranges in the back down here. So it's like this, it's one picture. So please know that if you have gone through or will be going through something that is painful and it has to do with, I almost said religion, so for some of you it has to do with religion, but if it, if it has to do with a romantic relationship or just whatever, and if you have a tower moment, in fact the tower card is here, please know that that has to do with a past life situation. I see how this is an 8. This is a 4. So what I'm seeing is you're going to have to walk away from something. There's going to be something you're going to have to walk away or let go. In fact, the walk away card is here as well. And I'm seeing that 8 being halved. So half of that 4 is going back up. See the mirroring? And then the other half is grounding, okay? For fruition to come later. So you're probably like, what are you talking about? Well, I don't know. Just kidding. So what I'm seeing is that whatever the situation is that you're going to go through, it's going to be tough. That's why it's called an initiation. It's probably going to be even tougher because you are dealing with past life karma. There's something that's going to be activated from your past, and I really feel it's karmic. So there's something you're going to be having to do, and your job is to go through it, but to make sure that you take from it the lessons that you need to have. And that's the part that's being planted there and grounded, and the other part is being released. So take what you need and release the other part. Now the other part I'm seeing, it could be I'm seeing a messenger, so that's what this card is. It could be a messenger. So if you find yourself on the other side of a relationship of some sort, I think this was predestined, predetermined, because I'm seeing this winged figure being that winged figure leaving. That's the thing that you have to leave. So it's kind of like the two of you will have come together for the sake of serving a purpose. It's to help you. That's the karmic situation there. It's a karmic situation. And so your whole thing is to, it's like, thank you, get the relay, pass the baton, and then they're off. Now, of course, down here it's going to feel like shit. Sorry, not putting it that way, but for all people involved, just adding that. But anyway, that's just the way it is, and it's something that was predetermined. Now I'm seeing here Star Child. So if you feel like this reading resonates with you, then you very well may have origins. I don't want to use the word origins, but you very well may have more of the word intercede. Okay, intercede. Okay, first of all, inter-seed. Okay, so like a star seed, between two planets. But then the other word, intercede, intercede, came out as well, to intercede. So you're intercepting something, you're interceding in something, right? So could be interloping in some way, whatever it is, there's that. But I'm seeing that you may have some past lives on other planets. That's what I'm seeing here for you. Now this card here is a 7 card. I'm seeing this as a spiritual growth, a spiritual reclamation of home, so to speak. Whatever this situation is, see, it's the same guy here in this picture. You are the guy that I'm seeing, Gemini. You went through this, you released something, it could have been a relationship, that person's gone, it's done. But you are planting, you took from that relationship what you were supposed to take. I'm seeing that here in the Ace of Pentacles, and then it comes to fruition for you. It's for the purpose of spiritual growth. That's what the initiation was for. And I'm seeing this part of you just like reclaiming that connection to home, that star child connection, right? And then there's this part of you on earth here, learning earthly lessons. So it's not only connecting you to who you are, it's teaching you to let go. I know you're like, what is this? But I'm seeing this as a dog, kind of like after some of them relieve themselves in public, they like dust off to I guess as an act of covering the poo, which they're terrible at doing, by the way. But anyway, dusting it off at this other person. I'm just seeing that it's like this, excuse me, I'm just seeing that for you, you're learning a double lesson here. One of those lessons is this connection back to your source, your intergalactic, your interplanetary, your star lives. That's where you usually are. But the other lesson that you're learning is a very human and physical one, where you're learning something, and maybe part of it also is learning to let go. But you're also learning some other things as well. And so that's why you're on the earth there. You're kneeling because it's an earthly lesson that you have learned as well. And you know what that lesson is, okay? You can articulate it. All right. So let's move on here. Okay. So I'm seeing some mirroring in these two cards. Do you guys see this? The squiggles and the squiggles. What this tells me is that you're going to be, on the one hand, this is This goes back to your interplanetary connection. This goes back to your otherworldly connection on another planet completely, another star system, everything. So I'm seeing a portal here. I'm seeing exhaustion. I'm just seeing a lot. And then there's here this joy. This is joy. This is your earthly self, right? So it's like I'm just seeing this coming together of the two. How can I express that? It's going to be an alignment of the two. Now, it could be you coming into awareness, double awareness. You know, you coming into awareness of this other half of you, this other side of you that you may have repressed. It could be anything. But I'm seeing here this joy and this cleanliness. You're coming to a place of being clean, I guess, so to speak. And hopefully resting, having a rest. What I'm seeing here also is some mirroring. But what this tells me is that I'm seeing a tower here. I'm seeing a tower. It's like rushing in, having ideas, doing things, doing your own thing, like working with your body. I'm seeing your body being at play here, whether it's through sex or just some other momentum, some freshness, something. And maybe that was something that brought joy and newness and aliveness to your life or whatnot. But I'm seeing here that it left you with a lot of sadness. There were a lot of tears. I'm seeing bitterness. But at the same time, I'm seeing awakening. I'm seeing awakening in this eye. And in this eye, I'm seeing that I should have known better. Because I'm seeing here the same, there's the mirroring. It's almost like the lesson here that you're saying, this. In fact, this card says choices. The lesson here that I'm seeing you say is, or learn, is that I should have had love. Like if you had moved with love and less about you and just kind of going anywhere and doing whatever you wanted, things would not have been that way. It would not have been a painful lesson for you. So I think this was a lesson, and this probably has to do with the letting go. And the lesson here is to move with love and to move with kindness, I'm hearing. And I'm hearing the disappearing act is not going to fly. Like I'm hearing your voice saying that, Spirit. So if this, your Spirit, if this resonates with you, it's kind of like there's a sense of longing or regret for the way things went. I think feeling that you could have done better and you could have had love involved. But I'm seeing here that at that moment, you were all about feeling the joy of feeling alive and transcending the momentum is what I'm hearing. There was some kind of momentum that you were transcending and you know, and maybe it made you feel alive, but I think this was an error in many ways, and I feel that you know that. I'm seeing, and so that was the lesson there, the lesson to take away. That's the human lesson to take away. And I guess on some level, the lesson, of course, we can always say just because you can doesn't mean you should, and that's where the choices comes in here. And being human is all about choices and knowing there are repercussions and there are hurt situations. There are people who are hurt in the process. And it's interesting because as I was seeing this contract here between you and this other person who has left, I'm seeing this other person in the background, and it's kind of like there's this road now that has to be traveled, and that person, it's like in a shadow, you know what I mean? So that's kind of a very human lesson to learn. Yeah, I'm hearing also think first, act later, and make apologies as necessary. Okay. Now I'm seeing a connection to Buddha here. Okay, I am hearing that's because that's the way Buddha would have wanted it. I'm hearing, okay? So I'm seeing here, there's some mirroring here as well. Lots of mirroring for people in the month of October, at least in my readings. This is the victory card. So there's this sense of victory. And it's a sense of I will be victorious when I do what I know I have to do. And I know when I do what I know feels right that I have to do. And I feel this could be an apology that you're going to have to make, or that you want to make, or that you're poised to make. And I'm seeing here, it's almost like this person's they're riding in and people are here waiting, like this person is waiting. I'm seeing someone here, but I'm seeing it's like your hand is covering your throat almost, because it's something you are very afraid to do, you're nervous to do, it's not going to go well. It's kind of like, I feel like you're bolstering yourself, like whether that feels like, I'm going to keep my schedule open for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, because I know I'm going to make this apology on Friday, and if it goes badly, at least I can rest for the whole weekend. Like, I'm seeing that kind of feeling, and I'm seeing you ready and like kind of gearing up, but not quite making the move yet. It's kind of like getting yourself ready. Now, I feel in the month of October that this is going to be a month, I'm hearing, of reclamation. So you're going to reclaim yourself, and this is the Justice card. So how do you do that? I feel like it's about righting wrongs here. Okay, making those amends, making those apologies as you articulated in spirit, because that's what Buddha would have wanted. Okay, and the idea here I'm getting is, I'm seeing there's an interplanetary lesson. I mean, there are lessons for us, even for those of us who are not from Earth. We have special lessons that the rest of us who regularly incarnate on Earth would not feel, and this is one of those lessons. And all of our ears perk up, because we're like, well, what would a lesson like that be? And the lesson here, for you, interplanetary person, is that just because you're not from this planet, see how Buddha's here and it's in the middle of this urban landscape, just because you're not from this planet doesn't mean that you can do as you wish. It's like when in Rome, you do as the Romans do. I know, like, duh, humans do this all the time. But the point is, you still have to be on your best behavior and mind your P's and Q's when and I'm hearing especially when you're away from home, because that can really, and I'm seeing like a stab, like it's almost like Buddha stabbing him in the heart. You can really end up hurting yourself in the long run, because you just don't understand it. Okay, and that's a really deep lesson. I mean, we all go through it. Like, speak the truth. Okay, bam. It's funny because I saw that because I laid the cards like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then these cards, and as I was here, like, I heard truth coming out here, so I knew there was going to be some truth, and then I pulled these cards. So this one talks about having the courage to tell the truth. Okay, look at that master number. That's 11. That is, to me, the highest sense of mastery I'm seeing. So it's kind of like the best thing to do would be to tell the truth. And in that telling the truth would be to make apologies as necessary. So let's really briefly read this, okay? I don't know why in the month of October I've been reading, and maybe it's because I'm using these cards, but I don't usually read from the cards. Anyway, I'm going to do it though right now. So it says, are you living your sacred truth? Your being is like a spirit lodge. Within this sacred place is the realization and the divine light of your creation. Live in your spirit lodge surrounded by peace and joy. Om. Outside your lodge is the great wilderness where the rest of the world lives. But that wilderness can become a battleground stained by the blood of ignorance and earthly pain. To have lasting power in the world, you must earn the trust of those around you. Most people live without trust and a sacred place within, without a spirit lodge, and as such, they do not know how to enter the spirit lodges of others. Live within your sacred truths so that you may know peace and joy in the great wilderness and beyond. Okay? I feel like this has even more meaning for those of you who do not incarnate on Earth as often, right? So it's almost like a tutorial, like in this reading. I mean, if I read this in another reading, it wouldn't come out that way, right? But for this reading, it's almost like a tutorial. So it's like, hey man, you gotta like get people to trust you. You have to find a way to be in your integrity. Otherwise, the people on this Earth won't trust you, and you're like, now you're somewhere else creating negative karma and baggage and like hurting people and yourself, right? Let's take a look. Courage. Of course, we can see this as like the message being have the courage to tell the truth, which is what I'm seeing here. This, in the month of October, you may very well make that journey and tell that truth, because I'm seeing the Ace of Swords here as well with the crown on it, and followed by the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands being that active dynamism. Oh, just as I said, that action takes courage, okay? We often feel like fish out of water, separate and different from the world around us. But fish out of water can learn to swim in a new air of consciousness and with a new purpose in life. To me, this reads like if you are an interplanetary person, this is a lesson for you. This is a human lesson here for you. You're a fish out of water. You're in a new place. You gotta, like, it's a lesson that you're learning, and it's maybe something that a lot of us humans take for granted, but, you know, because we keep learning it over and over again, and we struggle. But I'm seeing this here, you know, you're in a new area, so to speak, so there are lessons that come with being in that new area. Okay, continuing. Perhaps it is identification with objects and clinging to addictions that keeps you feeling separate from the source of your power. I'm seeing the devil card here. So I'm seeing there was some kind of disconnection from self here. Perhaps it is not only a dependence on drugs, sex, or alcohol, but also addictions like the fear of failure, the need for approval, or the fear of desertion. Here I feel, if anything, Gemini, it probably was the getting caught up in this momentum, feeling free and this and that, but not remembering that your actions have consequences. And when you move with love, as opposed to just moving in your own freedom and wanting to be free and do what you want, when you remember that, you know, you have to have love. Love is what grounds us, and love is what keeps us within boundaries, which keeps us within sacred boundaries, and it stops us from hurting ourselves and from hurting others. So when we see ourselves and other people hurting others and being destructive to others and self-destructive, what's really happening is they're not grounded in love, right? Anyway, so discover your own power. Fear of desertion, okay? So I'm seeing the word desertion here. And for somebody or some of you out there, interplanetary, there's a military connection. There's this, perhaps you were in the military off with this world, somewhere else. And maybe you deserted. There's a feeling of having deserted service or something to that effect. Anyway, I just want to point that out. But anyway, it says, discover your own power and meaning by having the courage to give up your addictions. Then live your power with courage. Now, if you're reading this and this reading resonates with you, then I want to say that I feel that you have already given up that thing, that source of pain, that addiction, that whatever it was that kind of got you out of your path. But now it's a matter of now it's a matter of taking that lesson, grounding it, see how he's planting it, and living your power with courage. So what does that mean? That means living the lesson that you learned with courage. So I'm moving in closer because I want to check these cards out. What I'm seeing here, it's funny, I keep wanting to say Pisces, so I'm going to open this up to Pisces as well. Hopefully I remember that. Pisces. Okay, I don't know if I'll write that in the, oh my god, I should write that down, but I don't have a pen. Anyway, so that could mean that this was involving a Pisces, or it's also open to Pisces people, but let's be honest, these readings are open to whoever resonates with them, whether you're a Pisces, I'm also hearing Leo, Gemini, whatever, okay, it's whatever, gems, okay? So let's move on. So I'm seeing that, hold on. Looks like a hard lesson. So I'm seeing you walking away from something. If this hasn't happened already, it's going to happen in the month of October. But I'm seeing this walking away it leads to a grand opportunity, because here we have an Ace of Pentacles. We also have an Ace of Swords, communication. 2 aces in one reading. Awesomes. I'm also seeing this Tower card is coming to me like an ace as well. So I'm seeing that, yes, there was a Tower situation, and for those of you who don't usually follow tarot, Tower is the Tower is where you fall. You have a grand fall. I'm seeing that there was a walking away from some situation, a letting go, as we see. But there was also a Tower moment that happened. I'm seeing also some resistance, and I'm seeing the Devil card here. So for me, I'm seeing that the devil card shows up in this reading, obviously is here, but I'm seeing it also as this resistance. It looks like more of a pride thing. It could be something like, well, I didn't do anything wrong, okay? You know, the old familiar story. But, you know, sometimes we don't, but like clearly from the readings here, there was a misstep or two or 10 or whatnot, but I'm seeing that there was this feeling of I didn't do wrong, and the devil comes through there. I'm seeing also that the devil comes through in this not wanting to make this connection, this apology, this communication that's here. So I'm seeing, there needs to be an apology made, and so but as the devil comes through here in this, this feeling is not the pride and resistance. This is like, I'm afraid to make this move. I'm afraid of what it could mean for me and for you, I'm hearing. So there's a fear around coming forward. But I think in the month of October, there's going to be some victory with that. You're going to cover up that throat, and you're going to come out and do what you have to do, because this situation requires some kind of justice, and I think that you are aware of that. So I'm seeing the High Priestess here, and part of me wants to say that's you, but I also feel like it's more this other person that you need to owe an apology to. This is somebody you need to owe an apology to, and I'm seeing the High Priestess here being 2, Roman numeral 2, and this Ace of Swords being 1. I just feel like, it's 1, 2, 3. You have to make this apology here. I'm seeing the Fear card sitting right next to this person. So I think on some level this person is also in fear of something, whether it's relating to you or not, but also maybe in fear of that apology and what it could mean, maybe in fear of the connection. I'm seeing here you as the Queen of Wands taking that action and moving forward. You may not necessarily be writing in yet, but I see that you're gearing up to do that. Now, the card that connects both of you, there are 2 cards that connect the High Priestess and you as the King of Wands. One of those is the Fear card. So you have to battle your fears to make this connection. The second card that connects the 2 of you is the Ace of Swords. This is the truth. Let the truth outweigh the fear. And together, 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be enough. That overcoming the fear, using the truth, having the combination of truth and courage, see these 2, truth and courage, will bring you in direct opposition to this card, this 4 card. It's exactly what you need to get out of this 4 of Cups, not wanting to do it, immobilized by fear. Truth and courage, right? You even see it here, the Truth and Courage card. Truth and courage will take you out of this devil, okay? This devil energy. At one point, the devil energy was resistance following the fall of this tower. The fall of this tower, the resistance showed up like, I didn't do anything wrong, I didn't, whatever, and that's part of this energy here with the, I'm gonna do what I want, and like, there are no repercussions. But once you feel the pain of that and you see the destruction of the tower, there is the sadness that comes in, and you realize that what was missing was love. And love meaning love for fellow people, love for people, humans, love for those, that kind of love that acts like a checks and balance. And I feel that in order to get out of this devil energy that you're kind of still in, which is no longer it's no longer pride, now it's shame. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. So it's shame, it's fear. In order to get out of that, you have to have the combination of truth and courage to make that connection and make that apology to whoever it is that you need to make an apology to. Now, I'm seeing that this person that you fell out of the tower with is coming up as the 6 of Cups. So on the one hand, you can say that is a soulmate, right, of some sort. I'm seeing that, oh, the word I'm getting is sacred warrior. Okay, whoa, strong. So this other person is a sacred warrior. Huh, interesting. So perhaps that's the role the other person has on the other side, or I have no idea. I'm just getting no more information about that, but I'm going to write that down. Hold on, and I'm going to write down to open this up to Pisces. Hold on a sec. Okay. Gemini, Pisces. All right. Great. So, I also felt Leo, though. I'm going to go ahead and hit that Leo button as well. Okay, Leo. Anyway, where was I? Yes. So I feel like I'm hearing that this, this tower moment, I'm hearing this tower moment, the words that it came through says it was a countdown to shaming you. Okay, it was a countdown to shaming you. So what I'm seeing here now is either you and this other person could be the soulmates, or you were working with this other person to bring shame to this other person, okay, who's showing up as the high priestess here. This is the other person that I feel you have to extend, see, here's the flower, that apology to. All right, that's interesting. It's an interesting combination. But part of me wants to do an extended and see, well, why is that it would be designed to bring shame to another person, right? So looking off screen, I want to pull another card, and I'm seeing the grief card. Oh, let you take a look. The grief card is the 5 of Cups, and I'm feeling that the grief card, hold on. I'm feeling that the grief card is what maybe it was designed. Okay, I think I'm getting it. So you and this quote-unquote sacred warrior, so to speak, you and this other person, oopsies, that made this misstep. I think obviously part of it was to teach you some lessons about humanity, but I also feel that it was designed to bring this third person shame. And I'm seeing the grief card clarifying that, and when I see these two, it's 5 and 6, it's 11. So I feel that part of that is so that that person can see truth as well. So maybe there was truth that needed to be seen. Maybe this other person had a connection with that person. Maybe the other person you were having a connection with had a connection with that person who needed to see some truth. Maybe it could mean that they are twins or whatnot. Just as I said that, I pulled the Sun card. In this Sun card, there are 2 people. So it could be a twin flame relationship that you intercepted, so to speak, because I heard the word intercede here earlier. But either way, I'm building on to this Ace of Pentacles. I feel like they're saying justice was served in many ways. So I'm seeing there's a part of me wants to say a darker truth, but a deeper truth that involves a few people here, okay? And they're saying, and sanity is restored. Sanity is restored. I'm seeing the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups could very well be a connection between this person and that other person you were with. Sanity is restored. It could be anything, but I'm attaching it to this Justice card here. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Off there, there's a Justice card here. And as we're building, I'm seeing a card that came out was this Knight of Swords rushing in. I feel like that is your part now, rushing in with an apology, and I'm feeling this happy home life, which I do feel is between, it could be you and this other person, or you and this other person that you owe an apology to, or this other person that you were with in whatever connection this was, and that other person who I think may have been twins or some kind of connection that I'm seeing here in the 11. Okay, where there was interception. Yeah, here I'm seeing it's almost like legs legs spread apart. So I'm seeing something very sexual here, okay? So it might not be for all of you, but that's what I'm picking up here in the reading. So you guys, if this reading resonates with you, I mean, definitely let me know. Okay. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. I'm seeing 2. Lover's card. Let's see what that means. It could mean anything. Oh. Sorry. I'm off screen. Hold on. So, I feel like this Lover's card I'm seeing, I heard it's a oh God, sometimes it comes and it goes. It's a readjoining of the houses, so to speak. So I really do feel that it's the person that you may have been involved with is involved with this person on a twin level or deep soulmate level or just whatever. See the 2? And look at this. I'm seeing this person. Okay, got it. I'm seeing this person. This card is usually putting down. Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, there's so much information. This card is usually about putting down burdens. But what I'm seeing here, the word almost came out, putting down barriers. So I'm seeing 2 things here. This person is the person that you may have been with here with this misstep. And I feel that this person is now putting down barriers where they should have been. Not necessarily just between you and this person, but this person and everybody else. Like, this person had issues with boundaries and barriers. So I feel this person also had to learn a lesson about love and compassion and being able to have that checks and balances because they keep love central. And I think that that's what they were learning. But see, I also see the second thing that I'm seeing here is this person is bringing back these, what do you call these? What are those called? Wands? Wands. Oh yeah, wands. And these sticks or these wands to rebuild the house that they broke apart when they were here. So I feel, oopsies, that this person that you owe an apology to is this person here, Queen of Cups. And I think that at one point, these 2 were together. I feel that they are deep soulmates. I really do feel twins for some of you, but for others, soulmates, right? And I feel that this card signifies that, and that card followed this card, happy home card, right? So I feel that this person is making amends and they are rebuilding. They're doing their best to rebuild that connection. And I guess your part is to, I guess the word is own up, having the courage to tell the truth here and allow for your part in this to kind of subside. Now, for that other person, or maybe all parties, I'm not sure, but I'm seeing a sailing forward, moving forward to better times, working on things. So on the one hand, this other person who you were with is learning still and working and moving forward. But at the same time, I see this as anybody in this connection moving forward to better times and kind of like learning, how could I do better? How could I have done better? But I'm also seeing here this other person asking guides, how can I make this house as best as I can? How can I rebuild for this? Oopsies, I'm dropping cards all over. How can I rebuild, I'm hearing, for this sister, so to speak. For the sister. For this sister, or, you know, this person, how can I rebuild this house for her? Like, it's a love connection, right? And this person wants to make the best house possible. So what this shows me is that this person has also, through this situation, through that everybody learns from, is learning from, will be learning from for some time, they are learning to connect spiritually, to connect with themselves, to look up, and to, they're still moving forward, but look at those swords, it's still in there. I feel this may have been 7 of Swords, deception at one time. Now it's down to the 6 of Swords, which is moving forward to better times. They've thrown out one sword, and they're what do you call this? Moving forward. They've traded it in for an ore. They're moving forward. This person, this woman, or whoever it is that you owe an apology to, or he, she, whatever, still has their back turned to this person you were involved with. But this person is wanting to work towards rebuilding, okay? Wants to work towards rebuilding there. All right, so moving on, what I'm seeing is rebirth. I feel that there's rebirth available for all parties in this situation. Rebirth. And rebirth is awesome. It means something has come to an end. There's been triumph. This was a huge spiritual lesson. And I feel that everyone is moving forward in the way that they need to move forward here. But in your case, the step that you need to make is about the apology. I'm going to pull these cards over without getting on camera. This is how this looks on the board. Oh, if you are interested in tarot, a little quick tip, the way things fall on the board, very important. So they're part of the story. So I'm seeing here, this is that other person that you have to have this communication with. And I do feel it's an apology of some sort, or truth-telling of some sort, whatever it is. And this Gemini is you. Okay, male, female, it doesn't matter. I see that over the throat. This is somebody who, yes, may be nervous, yes, may be afraid, yes, may be still wounded from everything that happened, but, and see that little circle here? I don't know if you guys can see. It looks like the moon, fear, but it's moving forward anyway. This is truth. This is the fear that with courage you can overcome. So truth and courage will bring closure and connection to between you and this person that you have to make some kind of conciliatory action towards. So that's what I'm seeing here, and it's mirrored here as well. Truth and courage, right? So this reading couldn't be any more straightforward. So let's see. Oopsies. There's some deep spiritual truths being learned in this lesson for all parties. It is not an easy lesson, and it feels like the gift that keeps giving. Oh God. I could totally relate to this reading, by the way. Anyway, so I'm seeing here wishes fulfilled, 9 of Cups. This is when all wishes come true. So obviously that's a wish on a spiritual level, because oops, these cards just fell, and just as I said that, because check this out, heartbreak card. There's a lot of heartbreak in this situation. I do still see some resistance. There's this person being on guard, whoever that person is. So it could also mean that okay, got it. Okay, this card's saying that there's in this connection. Okay, I'm seeing in this connection there. I'm seeing 2 people who still need heart healing, but I'm seeing one person in particular definitely in need of heart healing. I feel this person is on guard now because of, and I'm seeing choices because of the choices made here. So I'm really feeling it could be this person here who is still in need of an apology. Let's see what card. Yeah. This is the this person walking away from this other person. This is the 5 of Pentacles. This is lack, feeling lack. So it's low self-esteem. It could be whatever. But it's no bueno. Let's pull one more card, I guess. Yeah. This is that feeling of being stabbed in the back, the betrayal. So whatever happened here, there still needs to be balance brought. with this person. Okay, so let's see, Gemini, what messages of hope does Spirit have for you? Let's see if we can end on a good note, I guess. Let's see. For Gemini, 3 cards. And underline. Okay, hold on. One second, sorry. I should just pause, but we can all wait. I see. All right, so again, I feel like these 2 people are, this person and this person are together, the Emperor and the High Priestess. They're not together now, clearly. But this guy trying to rebuild authentically, talking to guides, trying to rebuild authentically with the person that he lost, or, you know, through this connection with you, Gemini, or, you know, roles could be reversed. Maybe you're this person and the, you know, I feel that this person right now is single. I think that they're okay. First of all, let me say, with this person, I feel that you still have some conflicted energy as well. With this person, you have some conflicted energy as well. I feel there's a part of you, it's like, well, we both took part in that joy, you know? We both took part in that joy. Did that joy mean anything? And I'm seeing that there's an anger on your part, an unsettled energy, whether you're connecting to it or not, because you're seeing this other person as a snake, you know? It's like, dude, you came at me, you came into this, and now, and this is usually the sign of the 3 of what is this? The 3 of Wands is usually this card that says, I'm waiting for my ships to come in, but I'm seeing here that you're watching this person sail away, and, you know, there's the sailing away, but this person is sailing away with this other person who they, you know, kind of screwed over, like betrayed, you know, because I'm seeing this other person having this betrayal in the back, right? And I feel that there is an anger here. It's kind of like, well, hold on a second, like, you owe me an apology, or you owe me something as well, and that may very well be the truth. Let me see. And for that, I'm seeing here anger in this card now. Oh, by the way, like, when I watch these cards, it's kind of like those Harry Potter movies where the people move in there. So I'm seeing anger because it's kind of like, how dare you? You're single and you're like living it up. I'm seeing this person's hand like whoosh, you know, like throwing it away. And in your mind, you're seeing this as well. Okay, well, this person is having victory with this other person that they were, you know, screwing around on, or like double tracking on, or whatever. I'm seeing that also here in these 2 cards. See all the cards just coming out. You're seeing this. You're seeing that, like, they're still together. You're like, what the hell? Like, there has to be something. But I'm here to tell you, this energy, this is the 8 of Wands, fast moving energy. I'm here to tell you that things are not as hunky-dory as they seem, you know, because just as I'm saying that, I'm seeing this. Look at this person, whoopsies, this person is feeling this, and the low self-esteem as a result, and the heartbreak as a result, right? Everybody does get a wishes fulfilled on the spiritual level because everyone's learned from this, but on this lower level where these emotions exist, this is this person, you know, eyes closed, not even looking, and the energy that they're having now in the heart space is this. It's like, I'm defensive, and so that's why this person, you may see this other person that you were with or connected to moving forward with this lady or man or whoever they want to be with in there, but this person who's the passenger is not looking back at this person. And this person that you were with, it needs to learn, and that's why he's here, he or she is here with guides, because that person has to learn about integrity and authenticity and moving forward. So I mean, I don't know if that could help you feel better, but it's like it's a fallout all over, and I really do feel like that there was some innocence here, at least on the part of this person. This where the hell is that card? On the part of this person, because I'm picking up energetically that you and this other person that you're with, this male energy that I'm seeing here, but it could be male, female, you know, the steps were taken there. So I just feel like, I don't know, I think the best, everybody's learning. To top it off, I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles here. This is balance restored to the household, okay? Family members back in balance. And so what I'm seeing is in order to get there, I'm seeing that these are the three parties that this is where they need to be. Where did these cards go? This person has to have hope of healing, hope for healing and rebalancing. This person is you, Gemini. Where is it? You have to have that conversation. Okay, you have to come forward. See, the Queen of, you have to take action and come forward and have that conversation. And this last person, where is he? Male, female, doesn't matter. The last person, the person you were with, has to also have this conversation as the mature and in his integrity masculine, okay? That's that. So I feel apologies need to be made here. And this person has to work on the forgiveness and the seeing it for the lesson it is, and blah, blah, blahs, and elevation. So I'm just seeing, and I'm seeing here above the 1, 2, 3. This is very much a high spiritual, very highly spiritual person. I don't want to say holding the space for these three things to occur, but there's a sense of holding the space for these lessons to be had. But I'm seeing that also here. 1, 2 for you. 1, 2 for you in this male energy, and then that third, right, for this person. And here, I don't know what's going on here, but so these are the three parties. Anyway. All right, Gemini, long story short, this reading is coming through for you for the month of October. So if this Tower moment hasn't happened yet, then it may come to pass in the month of October. If it has already happened, it's still continuing at this time. Remember that this is all about initiation for you. You're learning a spiritual lesson here, and this connection that I'm seeing here that was just, the connection that I'm seeing here is the precursor to what's really coming in for you. Yes, judgment-free zone. Thank you, Spirit. They're so good. I'm sorry. I'm resonating. But anyway, but as Spirit is pointing out, it's about the spiritual lessons, and there's something greater coming through for you, Gemini. So, okay, I feel like I can pull one more card. Come on. Let's get you something good. Everyone's been through, right? All right. Yeah, there it is. That sounds about right. Just pulled a card. Boing! Queen of Stars. Illuminator. Whenever I see this card, this is beautiful. This is you finding something. This is finding the missing piece. This is something, it's awareness, it's knowledge, it's guidance. Look, she's like, oh, bling! It's completion, right? So, to me, that looks like this. that you've planted, that spiritual thing that you've planted, and you've let go of, the earthly stuff, but you've planted the lesson. It's like it's growing, and you reach into it, and you take it and you embody it and you integrate with it. And what I feel is this is going to be helping you. Where's the card? Oh my God, where's the card? Oh, here it is. It's going to be helping you to clear any past life stuff that's going on. It's also going to help you to activate some things. So this is great. You're on your path, okay? So on the 3D, things always look like missteps, and sometimes they are, because through free will choices we could have always made different decisions. But when we make decisions, it's because that's where consciousness is. But the greatest gift of all is when you can overcome and transcend that. And you know what? Faced with something like that again, you'll never make the same decision. You move into a place where you can teach others. It's just lovely, and then you can move on. And as you're a star child, Gemini, I feel like, for those who resonate with this video, I feel that you will go on to your other planets and things like that, but you will always take the lesson learned here, whether or not you remember the Tom, Dick, and Harrys, which are not important in the long run. But they're saying, it almost fell down onto this card, thank you. They're saying it's not important in a sense, but it's important. They're saying that we have love for a fellow man. See how they're making me put this face over your face? Because they're saying, and having love and consciousness and compassion, thank you, Spirit, for a fellow man, we have compassion, consciousness, and love for ourselves. So that's the true lesson, because they're saying the fellow man is us. The greatest lie that we move with in existence is to believe, at least as humans at this level of our evolution, is to believe that there is an other. There is no other, it's us. So we act these ways upon ourselves. So that's why when they say the golden rule is to do unto others as you would have done unto you, that they're showing me here, it's as above, so below. It makes sense on all levels of the field. And why? Because we are one. There is no separation. And that is a hard concept to grasp in our everyday lives. I get that, So anyways, that is what Spirit is bringing through for you this month, Gemini. I am going to open this up to Pisces and Leo as well. Those are the other signs that kept wanting to come out of my mouth. And thank you, Spirit, for helping. So as I'm saying that, I'm seeing this devil card in the upside down, okay? So amen. So we are, working through it, devoting to working through it. So anyway, thank you. All right, I love you, and have, oh, look at that glow. Lovely. Nice. I love you, and have a wonderful time. Bye.